Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty, so show of hands, how many of y'all already have a resume available? It's okay if it's not perfect. Alrighty. Um, alrighty. How many of y'all have it updated? Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. So long as we have one, um, that's good to at least get started there. So resume writing. Yeah, it's not the best sometimes. It can be quite boring, but it could really require a whole lot of time to really build one from scratch, really refine it for any given company that you want to go work for someday. Um, let's see. Huh? Oh, he's locked out? Let's see. Does any... yeah, I guess I could go and get him real quick. One moment, virtual people. One will come in when he comes in. He's gonna check and make sure that nobody gets locked out. But alrighty, hey guys, I'm back. But alrighty, so again, we wanted to get this resume workshop going for you guys since it's not so fun, but it's a little bit more fun when you're doing it with other people. Um, so let's get started. Yeah, so this is just a little bit of general tips. Sorry for the wall of text here, but just general tips. You don't want to make it like more than one page. A lot of recruiters and hiring managers don't really have a lot of time to go through each resume in depth. And if they see 2 pages for a entry-level person, they're going to be like, this is probably all like fluff, just to like kind of like boost you. But yeah, normally just 1 page since a lot of us are just entry-level. A little bit of 2 pages is more common for people that have maybe more 10, 20 years of experience in a given industry. Well, let's see. And then, yeah, a professional or simple email address. Let's see. What's an example of a bad email address on a resume? I don't know, like hottymamaxx at yahoo.com or something like that. You probably don't want to put that on your resume. Let's see. 3.0 or above is good to list. I just put that one on there because I did have somebody recently ask me when they showed me the resume, like, oh, like 3.2 is okay. And I'm like, yeah. Like they thought that 3.5 is like worthy of a resume, but 3.0 and above is just fine. It's more so if you're like 2.9 or below that you more so want to like not have it on there. Well, let's see. And then yes, proofreading. That's why later on, after we go through these slides, many of you guys are going to be looking through each other's resumes and providing each other feedback. Like oftentimes it's like the little things like spacing, font consistency, that can tell recruiters or hiring managers whether or not you have to put time into crafting your resume. Because a resume is essentially an elevator speech on paper for you. So if you're not willing to put in enough time to really craft it and hone it, then yeah, they could just like throw it into the recycling bin. And then don't use me, my, or I here and there. Let's see, reverse chronological order with the most recent experience first. Yeah, and then you don't want to use like any like pre-made graphical, pretty nice resumes, templates. If you have that, that's totally fine, since this is a learning experience. But like afterwards, we would recommend going with a regular handmade from scratch Word file kind of thing. Let's see. And then, yeah, just quick wording tips. So again, oftentimes whenever people want to really boost all of their experience, sometimes they can kind of mess up by having too many bullet points. You normally need no more than like at most 4, like 2 to 4 is like a pretty solid range. Because other than that, sometimes you might end up accidentally kind of repeating some things or having too many bullet points that look and sound the same. And overall, recruiters and hiring managers would prefer to have meaningful sentences and less to read too, less to read. And then yes, limiting wordiness, like even just little things from shortening ensure to ensuring can like reduce a little bit of the word count on there. Let's see. Spelling out all acronyms, because again, an acronym in one industry may be a completely different acronym in another industry. And again, a lot of the people that are recruiters may not have a technical background, so they may not even be familiar with the acronyms that you have on there as well. Let's see. Yeah, and then the use of action words at the beginning of sentences. Like instead of just saying may, did, or helped, you want to put in something a little bit more, with a little bit more impact. Like when you say developed, managed, and facilitated, it sounds like you did a little bit more there. Let's see. And then, yeah, you still want to consider like the audience in terms of resume content. For example, if you have a resume that's designed for sales, but you want a job that's leaning more towards project management, then you would want to cater your resume a little bit more towards, or substituting some of that content towards project management expertise kind of thing. Let's see. And then, yeah, you would want to make sure to read the job description as well, because maybe you have really good experience, a lot of it very much matching the job description. But you would want to make sure that you also capture that in the resume. That way, whenever it's going through the applicant tracking system, it could notice like, oh, this person on their resume has a Java, Python, and in the job description, we're asking for Java and Python. So a little bit of applicant tracking stuff there. Let's see. Oh, any questions, by the way? No? Okay. Let's see, and then yeah, like so general tips, like whenever I'm reviewing resumes for people asking me for my help, a lot of it is kind of just stating the tasks that they did, which is all right, but sometimes whenever you just state the tasks, they're not all that impressive sometimes. You would want to try to emphasize a little bit more of the big picture, the actual value that you're providing by doing those tasks. Like, yeah, sure, you could say that that you made sure that the cooking area was clean for cooks in the kitchen there. But what you're really actually doing is maintaining a sanitized workspace, ensuring compliance and food safety standards here. Now, that second sentence up there, that provides a little bit more impact, a little bit more insight on like the high level value that you actually provided for the company. Let's see. Because I guess like just about anybody can kind of clean. Let's see. Then you would also want to make sure that you use numbers to quantify value and impact. Let's see, what was it on there? Like, yeah, like working on a team to deliver food on time. But then you would want to go instead with the cooperated actively within a team of 20 people in a fast-paced environment to deliver consumer meals in under 5 minutes. Now that provides the recruiters and hiring managers a little bit more perspective and scale at which that you are working with in that company and team. Let's see. And I guess this is a little bit of a general bullet point kind of formula. Like if you kind of have a little bit of trouble when it comes to emphasizing and articulating the value from the tasks that you are doing at that company. Action verbs. Right here, it's developed. What did you actually do? In this case, you developed a new customer service plan, and in the end, you provided the results. You actually provided a number for a sense of scale of what the value that you provided for the company there. Let's see. And then, yeah, this is just some like general tips for tweaking your resume for specific jobs. Let's see, because even then, whenever you're trying to apply for one software developer role, it might have different requirements for a whole other different company as well. So yeah. Let's see, skill section. So I was kind of guilty of this when I first started creating my own resume. Since I didn't really have a lot of skills, I put a lot of soft skills. But then I also learned from talking to recruiters that it's kind of like a gee, cool story, bro, kind of thing. Like you would want to tell them that you have soft skills without having to bluntly tell them that you have soft skills. Because I could just tell you that I'm great at communicating, but am I really? I could just be straight up lying. But that's why you would also want to sort of, in a way, provide bullet points on there that kind of gives the recruiter a sense that you actually do have those skills. Like, let's see, what was that other one from before?
The cooperated one's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to find, yeah, like a new customer service plan. You would probably have to have good communication in providing the details that customers would really want in that plan. Let's see. Yeah, and then reshuffling bullet points. Oftentimes, a lot of managers or hiring recruiters would prefer to see the most impactful, relevant things to them at the very top, or the very first bullet point that they see. Let's see. Yeah, and then you would want to adjust the summary and swap in and out keywords from the job description. Just a show of hands, how many of you actually have a summary on your resume?
Sort of.
We have one. But yeah, so a summary is essentially telling them things that is not immediately articulated in the bullet points. Like, I guess, for example, in my resume, I low-key have a whole lot of customer experience, like working at IHOP and working at a discount store. But I don't have that on my resume anymore because I kind of ran out of space. So I just like, it's gone now. But yeah, I could post on there that I have 3 to 4 years of customer experience. If I'm going for jobs that requires a lot of stakeholder interaction or a whole lot of client interaction kind of thing. Let's see. And then, yeah, it's really good to like take advantage of the job description, kind of like swapping in relevant words into the summary. That also kind of saves you some time from having to think of what to put on your summary whenever you're tweaking your resume. And then, yeah, I got those 3 tips mostly from Executive Drafts. They are a professional resume service people that gave a talk for the Cybersecurity Club like about 1 or 2 years ago. UTA alumni as well. But yeah, gotta hit up the alumni. Oftentimes very willing and willing to help out. But hoping to bring them back on this fall, but we shall see. And then for many of us here, many of us may be freshmen or sophomore and may not have a whole lot of confidence in our resume. Like, oh, I'm going to be competing against juniors or seniors or grad students that have all this experience. And I mean, it's still okay. Because again, like, I may have already hammered this on before, but you could be the most technical person out there. But if you can't communicate your value to recruiters and hiring managers, then that at least puts you a little bit of an advantage if you actually do have those kind of skills. And then oftentimes when you're actually talking to them, they like to see a person or talk to a person. They don't want to talk to you like a machine kind of person. Let's see. And then, yeah, if you don't have all that experience and stuff, then is start to at least do something. Since you guys are already on Project Temple, get started.
Yep.
Since most of y'all are like through Moby or CSEC, that's already a good start. But I'm pretty sure some of y'all might be wondering like, what do I put on there for club activity stuff? But since you guys are going to be comparing and helping each other with resumes, you guys can see and share tips like, oh, I put this for my Moby section. Oh, that looks good from CSEC. Maybe I should also put that on my resume as well. Let's see. And then reviewing the job description. Yeah, really good project management and soft skill stuff. And then you could still reference class projects. I'm sure many of you may have already done one or two where you have to work in a group or something. And you can still put that on there if you like really need to. Or you could also list coursework as well. I'm going to show sort of an example resume that that kind of like shows that they try to leverage their coursework into the resume. Let's see, that's the executive drafts example.
Oh, this is one I added.
Yeah, okay.
Let me go up there.
Sure.
All right. Just y'all put yourself in the center. All right. So these are specifics on just how to make resumes specifically for tech. Just what do they look for? So I'm assuming most of y'all are looking for internships as your starter, right? So one of the very first things that they look for, especially you go to a job fair, you're gonna do this. They'll be like, "Where's your education? You know, when are you gonna graduate?" And why do they care? Because in terms of resume or internships, they actually really like juniors. So does anybody have a guess why?
They want to recruit them after.
Exactly. So like, why go through all that effort and money to get you on board, and all that loyalty and all that training if they're not going to get you after, right? So that's why they're very keen on your graduation date. So pay careful attention to that. But so for these kinds of resumes, you may want to lift your education section up so they can easily find it. Okay. So another thing that I notice in some tech resumes is that everybody has a large skill set of technology, like React, I don't know, Java Spring, I don't know. A lot of people just know a lot of technology, right? You can list that all out in your skill section, but there's only so much room to list all those things out. I wish there's just more room, because that ATS would be kind of annoying. So what you want to do is you want to weave those terms in to your bullet points, like sprinkle them on there and then bold them occasionally, especially if they're on a job description, so that whenever they look through it, they'll be like, oh, okay, you got all the skills. It's very obvious to see. Another good thing to bold are numbers. Numbers, they really like numbers, right? And if you have extra space on your resume, right? So especially if you don't have that much experience, I honestly think that like a personal statement or a mission is actually better than not having anything at all, right? Don't leave like a, just empty space over there. You need experience, you need something. It's better to have something like, tell them what you're going for specifically to that job. I'm an engineer that's seeking to solve financial problems, blah, 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 like that, right? Like make it specific and it will differentiate your resume. It'll make it look like just at a glance more formed, okay? Another thing about resumes, people want to make it look really pretty. I went through this, right? So for traditional companies, you may think that, oh, multiple columns, blah, blah, pretty pictures, bars, blah, blah. ATS can read that, okay? So it's just, from my opinion, is that the center format where it just goes down like that is the easiest way for machines to do it. So this is if you like apply online. But if you do it in person, I guess you have a lot more leeway, but you don't know how that resume is going to be scanned. I think at job fairs, they do take your resume and they do I know that State Farm literally marks them, so I don't know if they actually look at them, but it's something you may want to consider. But in general, the multi-column stuff, if you're not like doing design work or anything like that, watch out. It's also a double-edged sword. It looks pretty, but it's harder to format your information. If you do center, you can explain your bullet points. Okay, so consider that give or take. But if I was applying for like, your a regular engineering company as like just a software engineer, probably is a centralized format. Okay. Take one last thing. Numbers at any scale is better than none at all. Okay. So let's do this in the context of this project, right? So made 4 components is better than made components. Does it make sense? Made 3 screens better than made screens. Okay? Worked in a team of people versus working in a team of 20. You see that? It gives them a sense of scale, and it's up to them to perceive what that means. They could be like, oh wow, this is the impact they left. Now they're back, right? So deeply consider that. Okay, so those are the things that I noticed that are missing in tech resumes. I think there's one thing that I did not leave on here. Whenever you do your bullet points, focus on impact, a problem that you solve, rather than what you learned. A lot of people kind of tell them what they learned. They're like, I use Java or Spring Boot to solve this problem. Okay, that's cool, but that did not tell me anything about it. I know 50 other people that can do that too. So, what kind of problem did you solve? How did you solve that problem? Did you do it in a team? What context did you solve that problem with? Like, how's that useful for me as an employer? Just told me, I use this technology. Anybody can use a technology. Anybody can learn a technology. Anybody can just list technologies on there. That's just like, even if you work at an internship, they may completely use something completely different. So it's kind of pointless to try to, flex off like that you use a certain technology. If you use a certain technology, show just how you use it. Just what kind of problems that you solve with it. The information is just way better than just saying, I use this technology to do this. It's really things here.
Can you give an example of an impact?
Example of impact. Problem solution. I created developed three website or 3 web pages that led users from
I think I have a previous example you could.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that
on the
example.
spot. It's like you got one group of people to do this. Like created 3 websites that got customers to go from this place to that place. So that solved a specific problem to the app. Does that make sense? Rather than just create 3 websites or use technology to do that. It's really hard, but yeah, this format is a really good way to do something like that.
There's that example, yeah.
Yeah, develop a new customer service plan, so this is what you did, right? And this is the scale and the context that you did it in. So it's always in context. I know it's really hard, but it makes more sense whenever you do resume reviews. I can't come up with one else because there's just so many different things you can say. Okay, but yeah, that's one thing to actually notice a lot in tech resumes that people generally do, and it's like an assumption that people seem to make. But I'm just gonna shoot that out there for y'all now, because if I was on the other side of the table, I was looking through your resumes, what would I be interested in versus other people? It's just what did they actually do? What do they as a developer actually bring to the table, rather than just being like someone who knows stuff? You know what I mean? A lot of engineers kind of portray themselves as knowing stuff. I don't care about you knowing stuff. You can learn that stuff on your own. Okay, so that's all I gotta say about that.
I guess
Cool.
like a random example is like, not so related to this, but a general example, like an information security professional raises up that there's a vulnerability in a given system. And maybe somebody might say like, okay, and what's the impact of this vulnerability? Like what's the likelihood? Why should I even care? Kind of thing. To kind of provide a little bit of a different view on your bullet points here.
Yeah,
So yeah,
you wanna. I guess whenever people say you want to pretend like you're on the other side of the table, it's good advice and also horrible advice, because like you don't know what it's like until you actually have a lot of experience looking for those people in the first place, right? You really, like Maria said, those bullet points, you want to condense as much information as possible. You want to show that you have soft skills while also showing that you know skills, that you have impact, that you have scale, yet you can solve problems in context. So that's like 5 things to weave in all at once, which is a lot, but you kind of get better at talking about them the more you present them, and the more you talk about it, the more you build your resumes. So it's kind of an art,
this is all performance. Everything about job hunting is performance. So as you can tell, it's a very fun activity to do.
All right, let's look at some examples. Yeah, executive drafts. Let's see samples. Yeah, we'll go to the software developer in a bit. That one's after like 1 or 2 years of experience. This is more, I just graduated. So this person, so-and-so, this is their summary here. They're a graduate with some experience in customer service, stuff like that, key strengths. And then they outline some of their, like a little bit of what they want to do. Let's see, and then they list their education, smack dab on the top, experience here. Let's see, the first bullet point, represent a positive image of organization to the public while interacting and distributing information on the various campaigns in local NYC neighborhoods. Let's see, so not a whole lot of scale here, like in terms of like numbers. Let's see, and then let's see, the action words here. The first bullet point, represent, second bullet point, research, third one, assigned. So yeah, you normally don't want to repeat a lot of the action verbs.
Oh yeah, don't use like built and developed multiple times. It's hard trying to figure out a really good way. I can throw one for architect, frame, design, built. Oh, did I use build already?
Yeah.
Constructed, manipulated.
And then y'all might notice that for this, they left out the periods at the end. Now some people have periods at the end, some others don't. So long as you maintain consistency, you should be fine. Let's see. What else on here? Let's see. Pardon? Oh, you were blocking. Well, they could see the screen on here.
Oh.
Yep, we're good. Let's see. They provided a little bit of numbers here. Promoted the Greek, or not Greek Geek. Promoted the Geek Squad brand by interacting with customers to explain the warranty protection service, contributing to a monthly goal to an increased product sales of 7 to 10%. Now that's impact. That's like an actual result that recruiters can measure. Let's see.
You want an easy number to give? Lines of code.
I know someone who did that. I was surprised to see it. And I was like, it worked.
Really?
Yeah, he put, I wrote at least 1,000 lines of code, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, that's interesting that you put it there. But I was just like, it worked, so.
1,000 lines of comments.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't put that on the resume though.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is Best Buy. Let's see. Samsung Experience Consultant. Yeah, we're seeing on here. Let's see. Up here, this role is italicized. This other role is also italicized. Consistency. Community involvement. Attending meetings, conventions to discuss the principles and goals of or in this case, the Democratic Party, as well as participate in the nomination of qualified Democratic candidates. So I guess you could say this is kind of like a club. Like in a way, it sounds like a whole lot of participating in general. Assisting with a lot of the things that they got to do, interacting with voters and gaining signatures on petitions, stuff like that.
I'm looking at their layout. Something to pay attention for. You're gonna design a resume. The one thing that you do have control is directing your, I guess this on a graphics design perspective, you get to control what you focus on. So those italics, the capitals, depending on how you bold it, make sure you have all that right so you can focus things evenly. Don't just, don't use those things. Bolding and italicizing is a good way to highlight certain parts of your resume.
And then you would want to like spell all of this out, or yeah, bachelor, don't put BA, put like the full actual name, like Bachelor of Science in this case. Many of you probably BS, right?
Yeah,
Bachelor of Science.
And computer science.
Yeah, so you would want to like spell that out as well. Let's see, that's enough of this one. Let's go to the software developer one. So this one, in this case, it's a table. I don't know how an applicant tracking system. Yeah, that would be kind of like a bit of risk.
Yeah.
So
would you rather list it?
Yeah, because it's hard to parse through a table, so you just do commas. You can categorize it to help it, I guess, to help them. So it's not just like a bunch of technologies mixed together, I guess, but a lot of people I know that they have like this one block. The skills is like in the corner. It's just like a bunch of like words just to pass through the ATS. That's to me, that's what the skill section is really for. Is you can put a lot of stuff on there, and a lot of that stuff can literally mean nothing. You know, you just put a skill in there. How do you know that person knows their skill? Some people indicate their skill level whenever they list skills, but that is just, it's very relative. Like some may put expert in HTML or expert in CSS or expert. At this point, like, come on now, right? So yeah, watch out for stuff like that. Just list out your skills. In my opinion, you should consider this as an ATS passer, but I'm open to hear what other people have done to maximize the meaning in their skills section.
Let's see, this is the software developer resume. I feel like maybe 1 or 2 years of experience. This is their summary. Experienced software engineer with a background in the electrical manufacturing industry. So yeah, that would be a very good thing to note. Like, because if you're applying to like this kind of company, electrical manufacturing industry, if you don't list that when you're applying to for this type of company, you may be putting yourself a little out of a little bit into a disadvantage, because that might be something that they might really like, because this kind of company would likely have very complex, very industry-specific problems. Whereas if you were to be working at a I don't know, like the software development side in a retail type of company, whole other different kinds of problems and situations. But if you have relevant experience within that industry, that would be very good to point out.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, like, if I was on the other side of the table, I would actually, I think it's different by recruiter depending on how many people they have to parse through. But I would actually look at what they write for their statement, purely because some companies are very they care a lot about their values. Like, what exactly is this kind of person? Like, a lot of times people in their summary or personal whatever, they kind of just state like stuff that people kind of already know. But it's kind of a good place to kind of tell them what kind of professional you are and how that aligns yourself with the company. So the mindset you want to go whenever you're like networking with these companies, in my opinion, I always align with that, is that it's a conversation. It's not a one-sided thing. It's not like they're trying to leech out of you. It's a two-way street. If you present it that way, it makes you a much more, I don't know, like a very independent, very forward-going professional. So what I mean by two-way street is like, oh, I'm a developer with these skills, and I know that you have problems in these technologies. I as a developer can bring these skills to the table and solve these problems for you, which would make me a really great fit for your company, right? So it's like, oh, they need something, I need something, I know the skills, and I know that what you can say, like, the way you provide services to these customers greatly aligns with my personal mission to develop these kinds of technologies. So it shows that, you know, you're a professional with a vision, and that company aligns with your vision, and that you greatly care, you have a stake, personal and professional, into solving their problems. So by using the two-way street strategy, especially in like a personal statement, it makes you, to me, as a person whose values are worth it to consider. But that's only if I look at your resume. Right? If it's through ATS, it'll be a different story. So a lot of times you'll find that ATS is actually a big blocker, and doing stuff like Maria's like coffee chat on LinkedIn is actually a great way to pass through the ATS and get your resume more noticed for what it is, rather than just passing through your information. So if you cold message people on LinkedIn, hey, I noticed that you have things for this, I have these skills, I'm looking for something for this kind of experience, here's my resume, maybe we can chat more about this later. They may actually look at your resume and they may actually really like you more than what you're, like, if you have multiple different types of resume. One's passed through the ATS, one for someone to actually read, one that's catered to, like, you know, each individual company, like multiple different ways you can format it. But it's your strategy of how you get to a place. I know there's this person in Moby named John. Like the way he does stuff is very like very I don't know how to describe it. He doesn't go through the regular pipelines, and it shows in his success that it's worked a lot. You know, and what I mean by that, he doesn't go through the ATS. He'll be like, LinkedIn, I'm gonna message everybody on LinkedIn. Goes on Slack, multiple developers, communities, network like crazy, understand what people are looking for, right? And then he's able to talk to these people more closely to, I guess, jump through the ATS. Because that's going to be your biggest blocker. You can look up online, just people who apply via reference or other strategies rather than ATS, they have way more success. Because that thing is the biggest filter ever, right?
Can you do that for internships too?
Yeah, people do that all the time. People do that all the time. It's just like while you're like waiting for the ATS, other people are cold turkey emailing other recruiters. But it's a give or take. It depends. Like I think it takes a lot of experience. Personally, I don't have experience with it. I just know that other people have done that. I've been the lucky one around on the other side of the table where I knew people, and they're like, I went around the corners to get my internships. So I guess I can speak for that, but I'm just saying like, you can utilize everything you have. The only thing that's stopping you is just like doing it in the first place. Like just cold turkey emailing people is kind of scary, but that's what LinkedIn is there for, and email in general. So people are always looking for stuff. Don't keep yourself enclosed to just really popular companies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot of places. It's much better to have a place rather than no place. Don't be picky.
You also get to wait less in lines too.
Yes. The thing is, like, if you're trying to get your first internship, it's way better to get a internship. Rather, like, it's just better to have experience in general. You want to like solve as many problems as possible to, better yourself long term, rather than being like, trying to play the prestige game. Like, oh, I worked at this really amazing company. If I don't get here, then like, what's the point? Like, that's not the point. You must get a place. Once you break through that first company, it will get so much easier down the line. You have to do that first.
All right. So I guess continuing on a little bit with the summary here, skilled in devising innovative solutions which promote efficiency throughout the development lifecycle, expert in parsing data, leading installer project, and delivering technical training. That's really huge, especially with a whole lot of changes in all kinds of industries. A lot of people with all the job hopping and everything, a lot of them kind of have to train and upskill the people that they already have. So if you have, if you know how to train people, that's also really good too. Let's see. And then yeah, they list out their key strengths on here too.
Okay, let's look at their experience. I want to see what they got there.
Let's see.
Travel to Japan. I think there's like some really powerful points.
I like this one, the travel to Japan one.
Yeah, that one is the most.
Yeah, communicating complex concepts cross-culturally to ensure adherence to protocols. Like, you would have to be very good at communication there. Let's see.
First deal. Okay, this is a separate way of doing it. They're not using numbers, but they're showing their impact a lot better by giving a lot more context to the problems they're kind of solving. Okay, see that one's smart. Applied object-oriented practices. So instead of writing object-oriented programming in your skills, you could put that there, right? And then it would pass that filter. You get what I'm saying? To do this and that. So that's one way of doing that.
Let's see. Gonna scroll down a little bit. National Instruments. Few numbers. Kind of building in some of these technical things like SQL on here earlier. What else? Extreme UI.
I think I feel like I want to show John's resume. John's resume is.
I mean, we could probably look him up on LinkedIn right now.
He has his resume posted on Moby.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'll
You could join the teams, or I could or
Yeah.
the teams link is on Discord too.
yeah. John's resume is my inspiration, honestly. I admire his resume.
And then since this person actually has super good relevant experience, they kind of bumped their education down at this point. But since we're students here, we normally have our education on top.
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Okay. You can go ahead and steal the screen. Or I guess I'll stop sharing for now.
Wait, I'll just post it onto the Teams chat. By the way, John is very, very successful with internships. Very. Where is it? Is it in the helps? Okay, I see it.
You joining the meeting on Teams?
Yeah, I'm just trying to join the meeting on Teams. For some reason, it's. Oh, I know why.
All right.
It's because I'm not using Edge or whatever. It's very cheesy. Yup. Okay, and then I think you can pull it up. Where's it? Discord. Copy and then chat. Oh my goodness. I have to do it like this. Save image and then manually upload it. Oh wait, never mind. Just I did an accident. Okay, whatever. All right. If you go to the chat.
Sure. Or wait, Teams chat or Discord chat?
Teams chat.
Okay.
And you click on the.
I click on the. Did it upload? Did you hit send?
I will just post it on Discord.
Yes.
Why? Why is it like this? I'm gonna go to the Octagon one. Okay, so on resources on Discord.
Ah, makes sense. Let's see. Wait, can I download this?
Yeah, you can download it.
Yeah. Where's the thing?
Save image.
Save image.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on my desktop for now. It's just unknown. Okay. Let me share my screen. Or wait, I should. Wait, no, it's not there. Where's unknown? Marketing unknown. Okay, here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let me start sharing my screen again. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so this is it. Wow, okay. He knows what he's marketing first. So the way John did his, oh, this is amazing actually. He's confident. So he knows exactly his impact at his clubs. So he put all the hackathons he won immediately. So let's think about this on a recruiting standpoint. Nobody ever does that. The only person who would do something like that is if they're very confident about their skills. If I saw that, I would be like, oh, okay, it looks like you're somebody who's putting themselves out there. Notice how his education is second, right? Very important that you put that there. And look at the way he does his skills. You see what I'm talking about? Comma, and a bunch of words, right? So let's scroll down. Wait, did anybody want to? I don't know if I put, actually, don't put your address. I think everybody knows this, right? Don't put your literal address up there.
Wait, did they put their address on here?
No.
Oh, okay.
Cell phone, email, LinkedIn. GitHub is also good. If you have a lot on your hackathon history, your dev post is also good. So links to get them started. But let's look at things that he does really well. He includes a link to his actual projects. See that? And I can tell you for sure, if you go, I'm hoping that's it, but when you click on the links for these projects, they'll take you to the GitHub link. The README will explain to them what that project is all about. Okay? So it's in context. Now this is what I'm talking about holding. See? Flat, JavaScript, Node.js, Google Calendar API, Google Cloud, 2,000 plus. See? See the scale that he has just for the clubs. That's really important. Okay.
else to talk about?
And this is just the stuff that he's been doing in clubs too.
Yes, as you can tell, he has a lot of projects. He's just really good at talking the scale of his project, as you can tell. Like, just exactly what did he do? You can clearly tell that he didn't just make something, he put a lot of time into it, just by the numbers itself, right? Those numbers help them out a lot, especially with the ATS. Numbers, have y'all seen that meme resume on Reddit? Someone made like a complete fake resume, and it's ridiculous. But they got several interviews from all these tech companies because they use the exact right words. So the moral of the story for that resume is that the whole thing is a freaking performance, right? So you put a lot of numbers, even if it's superficial, will get your resume listed higher, right? So let's see, can you go down?
Yeah, that's it.
You pretty much put only projects on there. So as you can tell, there's your typical resume format, but he obviously he adjusted his resume to put as many projects as possible on there to show that he's in it, right? Accents is highlight what's important, right? But I like the way he does his resume because it's cocky in a way. It's like, I did stuff and I'm going to show you what I did in your face, right? So if I was a recruiter, it's just like, it's hard for me not to ignore all the things you did. Okay, so this is a really good reference resume in terms of how you should write your bullet points. See, this word Juan. no one's able to use that, right? What else? Consistent action things. I think you did repeat some.
Yeah, implemented,
Implemented.
collaborated.
But that's just I guess that's what's amazing about this. It's just that all these rules, it's like completely adjustable. Like your resume doesn't have to be 100% perfect, as long as you show as much as you can, right? Yeah. Does anyone have any questions about this stuff?
I have a question.
What's up?
So what if you do have experience in other things to put on there, but you also have projects? Do you put your experience on your resume, or what? Like
That's a really good question. I'm actually not too sure. There are companies that prefer that you have work experience to show that you know how to work with other people. There are other companies that completely prioritize that you should know your technologies ahead of time. I guess just by talking to these people ahead of time, we have a better idea of what they're looking for. But I think this is also a really good example of you cater your resume to the right kind of company. You don't make the same kind of resume at all. You know, maybe you have different priorities. Maybe they're more traditionalist. Maybe they're more fast track. Maybe it seems like they're more loose, so they just want to see what you can do, right? You want to pick up on those things. Yeah, I don't know. I'm jealous of him because he's so freaking ballsy. He doesn't follow the standard format. He completely breaks out of it, which ironically is break the rules, but it's also what makes him stand out. So you see what I mean? It's a performance, just like anything else. I mean, Saudi, you talked to John, right? So you know how to
Cool.
Yeah, I would highly pay attention to how he uses the numbers, collaborating with 3 developers. You know, out of 85 teams, that's another way. So what's the difference between those two? 3 developers, the amount of developers you did out of 85. You could have like left that out, but you still put 85 teams just to show how much you want. All right, is there any, are we doing resume review now?
Wanted to show an example.
Okay.
Let's see, where is it? Man, this thing is blocking my way.
I have a question about this.
Yeah. What's up?
So,
Let's see.
I guess we're going to say at what point. So the article that I heard was that you shouldn't have a standard just don't have one. Rather, put that information in where you're communicating the values that you share at the company and what you bring to the table, I can cover that better. So, what are your opinions on that? And I've also noticed that John, in his like quintessential resume, he didn't have a couple.
It depends on what you want to focus on. My thing was just like if you had space, better to have that than nothing. But say you do include something like that, that cover letter is an art on its own, and that cover letter would not be what is stated in that personal statement. That personal statement is going to be just what you do, but that cover letter is a conversation. I remember I read this really amazing one. This is where I got my two-way street idea from. But like the way he did it was just like he didn't talk about like I'm this kind of. In a way, he did, but that wasn't the focus. The focus was that you have this. I know you have a problem that I can solve, right? So it's kind of that cocky confidence that was there. So you can choose things to include and exclude in the personal statement. You can choose to make those two things different. It can be the same. Maybe it hurts you, maybe it doesn't. It's hard because it's an opinion thing. Just how much do you think it matters to you and the company that you work with? There's no rule to it, as you can tell, as you can see what Jonathan did. A lot of people put their hackathon stuff in extracurriculars at the bottom because everybody else says you should do that. You didn't, right? So.
I could have another question I was thinking too. Given that a lot of ranking majors like Parser and ATS, like would the summary really be very?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like important, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like.
Natural person.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by you have multiple different types of resumes. One where it's a lot of numbers and a lot of algorithmic hacking, or you have one that's meant to be read by somebody else, or you have one that's, I guess, I don't know. It's just multiple different types of resumes. That's what I think that's what people mean whenever they're like you should make multiple different kinds of resumes, but it's just. It's an art. It's really an art. That's why I kind of hate about it. There's no standard behind it. And like even if the thing is that the most cursed thing about resume is that it's also like a thing by chance, right? Your resume can be completely amazing, and then somebody else can be a better amazing than you. And a lot of people will be like, I can't believe I won 50 hackathons. Why couldn't I get in? Despite my resume. And honestly, part of this is just chance. I don't know, I kind of hate bringing that point up, but you do have to be kind of lucky to get into these places. You don't know who you're going to be pitted against, but a lot of times a company will like take one person over the other, not because you're not qualified, but because maybe somebody's a better fit, and that's just the reality of it, right? So there's only, I guess, the way I'm saying this is that there's only so much your resume can do. It's not going to be I guess there's a lot of variables in the machine. I don't think it's the only variable that will be why you got the job. That's what I think. Right? So I think even if you look at John's, like there's a lot of mistakes on there. You should not ever do the resume, but he did anyways. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has 4 or 5 different internships at different companies. So give or take. It's the approach, not just the resume.
Let's see. So I don't know how often you guys look at the Lockheed Martin Career and Development Center website here at UTA, but they have a bunch of different resources from the resume guide. Like, let's say you forgot this whole presentation. You can go right here and like get to see like a lot of the general tips here, resume section headers. You could actually steal stuff from this too, like action verbs instead of you having to think.
Oh, I use this list.
Yeah, you could just use this stuff that's already hot and ready for you to chow down on. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. And then transferable skills. This also goes a little bit more deeper. Let's see.
I would absolutely use. Whenever I first made my resumes, I actually did use a lot of their resources to kind of learn what to do. So. Yeah, I know a lot of people. They're like, I need advice specifically for tech, but seek knowledge. Just like Like especially in this kind of document where they just provide a lot of context for you, it doesn't hurt to look around.
Also, if you're paying for school, use the sources that they're providing you. Like, low-key, there are a lot of good resources here at UTA, but unfortunately, some of them are very heavily underutilized, where they could actually really provide you with a lot of value, like even just simple stuff like this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I know that they do like practice interviews and whatnot. Like even if it's not 100% like the kind of interview that it is, it's better to have practice than
Yep.
none at all. If you
Interview
don't-
prep right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could either
You-
do it virtually or in person.
Yeah, I guess y'all will hear me say that a lot. It's just better to have more of a certain thing rather than not having it at all. Like you kind of have to break through those. Like what would that be? You know?
Yeah, since all the job fairs that are coming up this fall, I think in late September, I'm pretty sure many of y'all may feel very nervous to do those interviews or even like approaching them or elevator pitches. They have mock interviews where you could actually do with one of their career representatives there at the center. Or you could also, where's the thing? Where's that thing? Prepare for your interview.
I was gonna say, whenever you get to those job fairs, it's a really good time to. I feel like a disservice that a lot of advice gives people is that there's a structure behind all of this. In a way, there is a little bit of structure, but it's like all of this is a lot more conversational than you think. Like, it's not like I remember my first time doing job fairs, like literally have an elevator pitch, like canned in my head, and I would go up to them and be like, "This is blah blah blah." Looking back, I would not hire me, even if I was the most outrageous person ever. It was just so fake. Like, I would not want to hire a fake person.
Also, if you don't trust maybe your own technology or if a lot of the people at your home are very loud, you can actually schedule or book a room for your interview as well.
I didn't know about that. Nice.
And now you know because I shared it with you. I'm sharing these resources with you guys.
Yeah.
I've used this before, pretty good. Let's see, where is that other thing? I'm trying to find it.
I know a lot of people get interviews while they're right after class, and they're like, "You're like, where do you go? The library?" While they're giving you a remote interview. That's kind of scary, isn't it?
And then they also have the interview stream as well, where you could actually record yourself, and you can actually see yourself, like what you did well, what did you do, like maybe not so well kind of thing. Like, let's see, what does it say on here? Yeah, you could customize the interview questions for yourself as well, and see how you're responding to those questions. Like, are you robotic? Does it sound rehearsed when you're saying this? Maybe you can actually show it to one of your buddies here as well. Like, I did this, I responded this way. What do you think? Was it trash? Please let me know. But yeah, please browse this. There's all kinds of stuff, even on campus positions.
Yep, that's what the job fair looks like. Dude, job fairs are so annoying, especially with parking. Get there a little bit early. Jeez, it's. I don't know what it was like last year or whatever, but whenever I went while it was in person, it's like suddenly there is nothing like no possible place you can park, and people are scrambling in their cars. They got suits. They're changing in their cars. They have people not even from the university that's just parking in the garage. You're just never able to get a single spot.
And then this is also available for alumni to go to. Like, a lot of these career resources, let's say you graduate, you can still use them as well.
Yeah.
Maybe some of y'all didn't know that.
I remember historically, a lot of our old previous movie officers would actually use our office and let other members use it to change. Well, to a fact, because changing from the suit, where do you even change into your suit? That was pretty much what
Was it at the Mac or where is it?
It was in the Mac. Yeah, they give you a little sticker. You get to walk around. There was a guy who got a bunch of internships, but he wasn't in professional attire. He just walking around with sweats and a t-shirt. And he was just hey. So that was just really funny. I think he just did to practice, honestly, which I really admire.
Was he good at talking and stuff to people?
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, they actually have a section of resources for international students too.
Yeah. So yeah, this job fair is actually a good place to get started with a couple companies around here, especially State Farm and JP Morgan. And I know Lockheed is a really good starting point for a lot of people too. So those are the companies you want to go for your first one. But
And also, a lot of companies, a lot of people like to wait until spring, but a lot of companies actually started doing a lot more of their hiring in the fall now.
yeah,
Since it just gets so competitive and like just so crazy during crunch time in the spring, it's so much easier to like have a lot of good candidates lined up in the fall, and recontact some of them if anybody decides like to jump ship. Yes.
Does Lockheed usually like accept UTA students?
they love us.
They love
have,
UT
They have a
students.
place here. What was that place called? The Lockheed Career Development Center. Yeah, they
So-
want us.
Yeah, CSEC normally has them each fall. So if you're really interested, you could always go to our Lockheed info sessions.
Yeah.
Are you on the CSEC Discord?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Always keep an eye out for the announcements. But whatchamacallit, yeah, so even if you're not planning on going to job fairs this or this fall, I would still recommend it just for the experience alone.
Just learn, like, even if you're not in a suit, just like just learn how to talk to these people.
Yeah, I
And
made
maybe
a-
also take your resume and don't forget about the fact that you were in a t-shirt.
I also made a lot of my mistakes my freshman year when I was doing when I was going to these job fairs the first time around. So then once I was going like my sophomore and junior year, I was able to get internships because I didn't have to worry about how to navigate the virtual job portal. I didn't feel so nervous like approaching people, and I also got to realize like the things that got to feel for a lot of things that normally people don't mention, like the parking. You get to catch a lot of those mistakes early.
Yeah, way beforehand. I guess another thing is just about like career stuff in general is like you have to go in a mindset that it's like you're detached, but like you have like a purpose, but you're detached from like the BS. Like a lot of people, they take rejection really bad. I think for people in general, it does burn, but you have to get used to it because like that's what most of it will be. There used to be like a movie tradition back then where I remember this one officer, she like had a list of all these companies, and she's like, "You want to see my failure list?" And it's just like, and then she's just like,
Own your failures.
yeah, just like line by line, just all these companies, and I'm just like, this is really funny, but like,
Also, it does help going to job fairs repeatedly because oftentimes they send the same recruiters each year or each time. Like whenever the person that goes, or Tiffany, the person that goes to the CSEC Lockheed Martin info sessions for us is the same person, Margaret Ela Christian. For the past 2-3 years, she's been the same one.
So, like, take notice of those who attend the info session?
Yes, and then oftentimes a lot of these big companies have more than one info session throughout the semester or year. So normally they take notice.
I would say as a company, you know, the thing about companies is that if they sponsor a club, they have investment and trust that a lot of these students are above average, basically. So if I were them, you know, let's say I was on the other side of the table. I'm working with a student organization to up our recruiting requirements, right? I would be like, oh, it's a club. I'm going to pay a lot more attention to these people because they're clearly active at a place, right? So I would definitely I would prioritize the kinds of resumes and sources that would get students. And I think student orgs would be one of those places.
Also, sometimes I guess student orgs sometimes have a reputation as well. So that kind of helps boost you as well.
Moby has a reputation in State Farm. A lot of our previous officers have interned there, so they know us in a way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Example. But so yeah, in terms of time, I think as for you guys like looking at each other's resumes, I think we might have to do that like probably not a Jira ticket, but like have y'all like kind of reach out to each other, do that outside of this, provide each other's feedback and everything, just to make sure that we can cover the other things. Because now we're like, because the workshop ends at 8:30. Let's see, I'll still be here for a little bit afterwards to help out. Let's see. Going through Handshake real quick. So how many of y'all have Handshake? Okay.
It's a
Alright.
good place. It's a good place.
Yeah, so this is the place that's designed for students to connect with companies. LinkedIn is designed to connect industry professionals or just about anybody. When recruiters go on here, they want to connect with students. So they know that a lot of y'all may not have like all the experience and stuff like that. They know that maybe you guys are still working on communicating your value to them. They get it, they know. Also let's see, let's just start off a little fresh. Since I only have one university email, I couldn't like go from scratch for this example. But yeah, for your profile, yeah, I just gave a little my journey thing here. Education, very much similar to LinkedIn, posting my work experience. Oh, hi, Hub. Goodbye. Oh, I gotta update this.
I gotta go update my.
Yeah, and then just putting like just the courses that I've done so far. Projects. I could put Project Temple now. Let's see.
How many recruiters like reach out to you after like I guess optimizing your profile?
I don't know about right after, but my inbox says 378. How far back does this go?
I used to get so many messages in Handshake too.
Some of these are not directly relevant to your role sometimes though. Sometimes they might want you for like customer service or sales.
But watch out for that. They definitely they show opportunities, because companies are always looking for talent. So yeah.
Or like also Palo Alto Networks. I don't know if you guys have heard of that company. They're really awesome, very good with security. You could find this person on LinkedIn as well and connect with them. But yeah, if they think that you're a good fit, then, or based off of the Handshake profile settings that you put on there, then cool. Like, wow, I guess like if my Handshake profile was good enough for them to reach out to me, cool. Maybe I should reach out to them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I was trying to promote the club here. I never got back, or I never heard back. I mean, yeah, like that's part of my job. I got to try to help y'all out by creating those connections a little easier for y'all. But wow, let's see. Yeah, IBM, all kinds of companies on here like to reach out to people. Maybe some of y'all might be interested in becoming an associate systems engineer. You never know.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Sounds wild.
It does. Let's see, my jobs, my interviews, documents, career interests, notifications, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to Career Center. Yeah, and this is like a lot of what the Career Center has to offer, hot and ready on Handshake. Let's see. You can set up appointments through here. Yeah, this is just some of the appointments that I did. As you can see, I did a lot of them when I was first starting out back in 2018 when I was a sophomore, still trying to learn how to do all this stuff. From Career Exploration and Planning, they gave me a whole bunch of resources there. But yeah, I could hit the button right now and like, let's see. Oh yeah, virtual or in person. So if you live far, it can still work out for you too. Let's see, go back please.
Yeah. Make sure, yeah, all these resources is so much better. Just like it, in terms of like career stuff, it's better to cast a very wide blanket than like placing all your hopes, putting all your eggs in one basket. Like you just want to go everywhere. Reviture, I can't believe they're still on here.
Yeah, I don't know, but
They must leave. If you see a Reviture, it's no go. Bad. They prey on people desperate for internships. From what I remember. But they had a strange reputation back then. Because they're like, we can give you all the experience possible. You go apply with us and work with us, you'll definitely come out with like a industry job, blah, 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 blah. But the way they do things is just very suspicious all around. They had like a reputation back then. Back whenever I was like a sophomore or whatever, my seniors would be like, giving them a very, very harsh glare.
But yeah, and then right here, it's already wanting to tell me that, hey, there's these job fairs coming up. So why don't we check out this job fair coming up? Yeah.
When is it? The 28th?
September 21st, Wednesday, 12 to 4 p.m. And then, yeah, you can get a sneak peek of all the employers, but just an FYI, sometimes not all the employers sign up right away. Sometimes it's 3 days, maybe the day before, maybe they just show up, hope for the best as well. So always be on your toes. You never know who's gonna make an appearance here.
There's an all majors fair and a engineering specific fair, I think. Go to both. They were like, I went to the all majors one. Some of them were actually looking for software developers that weren't there for the engineering ones. And what else about this? Oh yeah, the 21st is an evil day because it's when midterms are.
Oh yeah.
Prepare yourself ahead of time.
Definitely. Let's see. Let's go to employers. You can follow them as well. Intel, if you like Intel, State Farm is up there. And then you could also discover some random employers as well. Events, yes, this is a really good one. As you can see here, like Apple, HCA, view more. Let's see who's on here right now. Maybe we can make some buddies this summer before school starts up. Yeah, there's UPS, July 12th. That's basically next week. PetSmart, Rider System, Columbia over here. PetSmart, I like PetSmart. Let's see, all kinds of people. Like you could like actually bookmark them too, so they pop up in your notifications or stuff like that. And then yeah, I could also list out like this is a virtual session, this is an info session, or this is a speaker slash panel event.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I was going to say
A hackathon.
Yeah, like in terms of companies that surprisingly focus a lot on tech, like I know T-Mobile has hosted hackathons, and Walmart actually has a website for their technology, which is actually very industry relevant. But they're not like one of what you think of a tech company, but you can't let these companies miss your eye. Like they're just one example of a company that just has like tech stuff that doesn't seem like tech. Don't underestimate those companies. They could be a construction company, could be like painting company. You never know because everybody needs a tech department.
Yeah, and then like for these events, they could also sometimes list out the recruiter as well.
Yeah.
So in case you forget who they are, you could go back here and find them on Handshake later. I mean, LinkedIn later. Let's see.
I think even having access to recruiters is a really big deal because like that lets you cross boundaries. It's kind of their job to kind of receive people. So like, you know, they open themselves up, then it's, you know, use your powers to get in touch with them.
Yeah, let's see. There's this one. And then sometimes they might want you to register externally instead of through Handshake. Yeah, featured speakers. These might be the people that you want to check out on LinkedIn. Yeah, like let's see who we have here: data engineer, software engineer, network engineer. Cool. Technical business manager.
I know that like there's like a lot of events on UTA where these people do come on board. I remember for my cloud computing class, there would be these cloud engineers that would come and like give a lecture on cloud engineering, but like the very last part of the lecture, everybody asked for their LinkedIn at that very moment, and they were very open to link up even though they weren't a recruiter. So yeah, like I said, cast a very wide blanket. Cross borders. If you can piss someone off, maybe you know how to piss someone off less next time. So like it's much better to carry a broad suite rather than being very like safe about it. Yeah.
Let's see. And then there's also jobs that you could apply for. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. Handshakes. I feel like in terms of like response, LinkedIn, it's really good just to network with people, but Handshake compared to like Google Careers, Handshake I would put above Google like Jobs or Indeed or whatever because it's more specific.
Also, you guys might notice that a lot of the stuff that's popping up for me is like security, data analyst, software. That's because I put that on my profile. Desired interests. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, show me the internships, show me the on-campus jobs, show me part-time, and then the cities. Let's see. Yeah, show me show me everything related to like computer systems, IT analyst. Like, I told Handshake basically what I wanted to see.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yeah. All kinds of stuff on here.
Do you look for co-ops on Handshake as well, or how do co-ops work?
Yeah, the co-ops also show up as well. Let's see. Let's see if any pop up though. Yeah, there's this one. Toyota Consultancy, Honda. Let's see. Yep, Honda. Gotta love Honda. I drive a Honda. Oh, Jamors. How weird.
And don't forget, there's like a lot of leeway with certain things. I'm just like imagining, like, what if they,
Ooh, GIS intern.
like, what if they were interested in your like internship application, but like they didn't have any spots left? You can always be like, do y'all have positions for an upcoming co-op? How can we work together to pursue certain things? I know that for State Farm, they're very loose on certain things. For example, I know a lot of people who intern at State Farm, but their internship never ended. Basically, like it never ended that summer. It continued through the semester, it continued the next semester, and then they eventually just worked there. So it turned into a co-op basically. So like
Oh,
it does like there's just so many like loopholes, right?
wait, that's a co-op?
I don't know if I would
Oh.
call that a co-op. I don't know. I just know that their internship never ended.
I just always thought of that as an internship extension.
Yeah.
But like from that definition, then I've been doing co-ops then.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that co-ops is just not during that.
I'm not familiar with co-ops. What are they?
I also don't know, not gonna lie.
If I understand it right, it's like it's not necessarily the full like commitment of a internship. It's like actually, I'm not.
I would
sure.
read the job description.
Yeah, from my understanding, it's something you do during the fall or like during a school semester, like either alongside your classes or not. But I'm not too sure exactly what that means. Right.
It seems like UTA has like a website of its own for co-op. There's like papers on it, like it's a sign. I don't know. It's like,
The C what?
like the UTA, like if you look
Hey,
up
Wasim's got
co-op,
a definition. Yeah, it seems like to be an internship during the school semester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you have to like shift your time. That's what I understood it as well. I don't know. Because some people, like I said, some people have an internship while they're doing school. So I'm just like, definitions, I don't know. What?
Have you done an internship during the semester?
Yes, for my first one.
How was that?
Awful. Well, it was mostly because of the kind of work I was doing, but it's okay.
I've also been doing that as well, working, or no, full-time student, part-time internship stuff. So we could talk a little bit more in depth on that on our one-on-one.
How would you go about reaching out to a recruiter that you forgot to respond like 2 months ago? LOL.
follow up.
Either you.
Vacation.
Let's see. This is what I would do. I'll be like, "Hi, I'm blah 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 blah. I know that we've reached out to each other the past few months, and I've been doing this and that and this and that. And I know that your company is looking for this and that, has this and that problem. I'm a developer with these skills, and I'm interested in applying for this or joining your team, applying for this role, blah blah, becoming involved in solving this problem. Is there a way we can meet, reach out, or work out a solution, move forward? Like these are the words I'm like thinking of to push them to be like, I want to meet with you and I'm interested in you. But yeah, that's how I would kind of respond. Fake tough, we're just never reach out again. You can ghost them if you want. I don't know. Like I feel like the thing about job search is like the people who are like getting it are just the people who just don't have that attachment. I know like Chandra used to like go to like interviews and just like not even prepare for them and just go to that, just like practice. There was one girl, she like got an interview to Snapchat. She's like, I wasn't ready for this. I didn't realize that I would be here. And she's like, should I still go or not? And me and Chandra were like, you should still go for practice. And she's like, I'm terrified, but she went anyways. She knew she was going to fail, but it's a good experience because you get used to that feeling. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a part of the process, so you're not like so stressed out about it, which I really admire. But as you can tell, I'm advocating it to be high key transactional because it is the whole process.
Alrighty. Let's see, jobs, and then I could check out my saved jobs on here. I haven't saved anything, so I show 0. Let's see. Let's look at my inbox. Let's see. Let's go with AT&T. Yeah, this person wants me to do more of the sales side. Let's see.
A note on the stuff that you receive from UTA, they may not be research their background. I'll just say that. If you go for an unknown company, research their background because you don't know what they're after. I personally know a person who was just looking for some quick money for software development, and something from UTA sent something out for him, and he was like, okay, I'll just apply to it. So he got the job, but it basically what happened was that he joined a company with no development team, that he turned out to be the only developer, and they had very heavy requirements, and that he was expected to do everything, paid less with, he said it was part-time, but it turned out to be like, please architect everything that we need. So like, I don't know about y'all, it sounds a little bit like exploitation, but yeah, research the background of these companies. If you do apply for like a random one, they even if it comes from a university, even if you never know if they are after you.
Let's see.
A lot of companies know that you're desperate, like they can
Oh.
sense that like desire a lot, and if you like bite on that, opens a whole can of worms.
I just realized this person sent me more than one message, actually. So it would be a little awkward if I just suddenly reply like, "Hey, I noticed you messaged me 5 times now. I'm finally responding." Maybe I would probably start off by saying like, "Hi Emma, thank you so much for reaching out to me to share these opportunities," and then just go from there.
Are y'all familiar how to structure these kinds of messages though? Just how to like reach out to people? Okay.
Also, in terms of like, I guess a little bit more on the business communication side, sometimes people feel a little uncomfortable if you say, "I'm sorry." Sometimes people do like to hear that whenever people are owning up to their mistakes, but maybe don't say sorry too many times. But also sometimes it's a little softer and easier if you say thank you instead. Like, "Thank you so much for waiting."
Oh yeah.
Instead.
Repackage the discussion.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
It takes a lot of like consistent wordsmithing to know how to say certain things. But whenever you do send these messages, it's not left in the air. You have like a very specific intention behind what you do. So like you always have a purpose and agenda, and you're trying to convince them to do something. All of your wording is directed towards that point. Either you want to get them to meet with you, to set a date. Like for example, you don't say, "Hey, I'm interested in the position." Don't just say you're interested. Be like, "Can we meet at next Friday or something, next week?" Make it a thing that they put on their calendar, so that whenever the way you talk, you're like pushing somebody to do something, right?
Alrighty.
That's a quick tip.
Let's see. Let's just jump into LinkedIn. Let me just create a new one from scratch so you guys can follow along if some of y'all have not created anything.
Do y'all have LinkedIn's, by the way? I mean, I have one too. I just never
Let's
updated
just segue in. Let's see.
I hate LinkedIn so much, but I can't deny its superpower of just talking to people.
Let's see.
I hate the social media part because I feel like a lot of people, consistently, I just see people flex themselves. They're like,
Oh.
"Hey guys, incredible journey, saw a dog," and I'm like, Google.
I kind of like the posts that kind of like make fun of those kind of posts, like, "Hey, Like, it looks like they got a job from Google, but really they didn't get a job from Google.
Yeah. It's just the messaging part is amazing. Just reaching out to people.
Oh, I guess I gotta verify. The correct way up. Cool,
So-
I'm not a robot.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think because they all already have all their LinkedIn, should we just review them or just connect with each other?
Yeah, let's see. I am a student. Or does everybody here have a LinkedIn already?
Oh, wait, Brady, you don't have LinkedIn, right? Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
you do you want to go through the process?
yeah,
Okay.
just real quick. UT, Arlington, pop right up. The year, let's say I started this year. Let's say I graduate 2026. Yes, I'm over 16.
I high key want to get a job through Twitter. Like I want to like find somebody who's looking for something and like under the table get a job just by having a conversation.
Let's see. And then am I looking for a job? Yes.
Actually, that happens a lot more than
What jobs?
than you think. I know like there's tweets that are like, who's looking for a job? And then everybody posts their stuff here. And all the recruiters are like, oh, that's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. They go through there.
Let's see. And then since a lot of us are kind of interested in software development, I'm gonna just put that. I'm gonna put Dali. Gotta love Dali. Oh, or Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. And then I'm open to remote work because why not? Let's see. Share with recruiters. This will show people using LinkedIn Recruiter that you're looking for a new job. Yes. Let's see. Oh, then yeah, if you don't have LinkedIn on your phone already, I would recommend it because I guess sometimes if you have like back and forth conversations with the industry professionals or recruiters, it's a little more convenient than having to log on onto your like computer. Let's see.
Hector,
Next.
Did you see the Reddit post that was attached to that fake resume?
Was it that?
No, like the Reddit post that showed the results. That thing.
Oh, yeah, I have it actually pulled up.
Yeah, that made me sad. I know that one person was just like this. It's just like realizing everything is a like reality. It shattered before my eyes.
Alrighty, let's see who to connect with. Can I connect with myself? Hey, I
Yeah.
find me. Okay, I'll see if I accept my own invite.
Okay, I'll log into LinkedIn and begin.
Skip.
to connect with people first.
Oh, let me create a thread thing. Let's see. Create one. New thread. Drop linked in.
Yeah. Oh,
Links.
I got to update
Here,
my background.
please.
I can't stand this. Get out of here. How do you do this?
There we go. And then also, if you're part of the cybersecurity club one, we also have a section where you could drop your LinkedIn's here. Let's see, where is it?
Delete photo.
Yeah, LinkedIn here. Like a lot of our members like kind of just drop their LinkedIn's here every now and then. Whenever I get a LinkedIn request, sometimes it's somebody new that's dropping their LinkedIn here, kind of trying to add everybody on here.
Wait, I have.
But let's see, let's go back. All right, nice. People are starting to drop their LinkedIn's in there. Alrighty, and then yes, I would highly recommend following all kinds of things. Let's see, especially companies, LinkedIn, since they have a bunch of followers. Let's see.
Oh wow.
Ignore that for
People
now.
actually reached out to me. Let's see. Hi Long, my name is Alex Cook, and I'm working with Adobe.
It's a wrong message.
Let's see. Do you want to show them how it's done, like response-wise, or how you would respond to them? Well, do you if not, by the way, or if in case you don't want to put them on the
I guess
spot.
I'll put myself on the burner. Jeez.
Okay. Well, you don't have to either.
No, I can.
Okay. Well, do you want to like share?
I'm
your
not
screen
gonna
or
send
something?
it because I'm what? Oh. I can do that.
That's what I meant. So let's see.
Join. Let me share my screen. I'm gonna out myself, I guess.
Sure.
Join now.
Or actually, maybe I should go through setting up first before we go into like responding.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. I kind of also wanted to jump in, but let's see. Also, you could kind of try out Premium for free for a little bit. I would recommend a little waiting until you actually start applying stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad. I need.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it took over the screen. I
Told
didn't think
you.
it would do that. Okay, let me fix this.
Sure.
Stop sharing. Did it work now?
Let me reshare.
I can't believe it.
There we go.
Just take over.
Oh no, you're good.
That's fine.
Let's see. So, yeah, for LinkedIn Premium, let's say you do decide to take the offer now. They also give you the opportunity to try out Premium for free again, maybe like a year or two later. But again, who wants to wait? But up to you guys. Let's see. And then a little bit about me. Let's see. Let's view my profile. Yeesh, yeah, I don't even have a photo. I don't have like a banner. If you want a banner, you could probably go to like Canva, where you could actually like, let's see, where you could actually create a little banner. That's the exact size of this photo thing here. Let's see, yeah, upload photo, or you could like just choose any one of these here. Let's see.
Gotta connect. Tiffany.
Let's see, and you will really want to post hiring, providing services. Let's see. Let me just upload a random photo. Oh, actually, I have another one here. Or no, let me just put the CSEC course on here, because why not? Yeah, there we go. Let's see, I am open to, and usually it should say open to work, but probably because I already selected at the very beginning of setting this up that I'm looking for work, that it's just not popping up immediately here. Let's see. You can only create a job for a company you work at. Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's see, add profile section. Yeah, so can add a little bit. Let's see, years of experience. I have 0 experience. Let's see. Add education, you know, UTA, your degree, field of study, activities in societies, stuff like that. No, thank you. Let's see. Adding your position, skills, and then a little bit of extra recommended stuff here, like your featured, licenses, courses, recommendations, and then just a little bit more information on here. I would kind of recommend not putting your high school on here, because I guess, I don't know, like a common security question is what's the mascot of your high school these days? So I'd recommend not putting your high school as part of your education on here. And I guess since you're already in college
students, you definitely don't want.
It's already kind of assumed that you have either a GED or have already gone through high school.
Yep. Goodbye, high school.
Oh, open to work.
Okay, it's gone.
Yeah, on here it already says that I'm open to work.
Oh my goodness. Dang.
Yep,
This
save
stuff
that.
is old.
Oh, your LinkedIn?
I can't look at this right now.
Let's see. And then at some point, you guys will start to see like the kind of people that are looking at your profile. However, if they're on private mode, you can't see that. But if you're using LinkedIn Premium, you could actually see the private people that are like trying to sneak a peek at your profile on there. Let's see, creator mode, my network. As you can see, I have 0 experience, or I didn't really list anything much in my about. But here in this section, you would kind of put a little bit of like what you have on your summary on your resume. But this is where you could actually provide a little bit more detail, a little bit more creative liberty, rather than the formal constraints of a resume. A little bit of your personality in there too wouldn't hurt either. Let's see, education, on their interests. Let's see. Oh, you could also edit your URL. So if I go here, instead of just having my first name, last name, bunch of numbers, I could put Maria Tapia. Says hi. And I could just save it. And then, yeah, that's just my unique little URL now. I would recommend not having too long of a URL though. Let's see. And then you could also edit your visibility, since a lot of y'all are wanting people to actually know that you exist, it would probably be for the best to leave it kind of public for now. Once you gain more experience, once people actually start headhunting you, you could like start increasing the privacy kind of settings on here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to see this.
So you could actually hide your headline, you could hide your summary, you could hide your education details. You could actually hide a whole lot of things. Or choose what you want to hide from people. Let's see. Alrighty, let's go back. Where is my thing? View profile.
What's a reason why you would want to hide anything?
Maybe you just value privacy. In some cases, sometimes, especially if you're really high up in a company, they might want to spearfish you or do some oiling. So they try to do a lot of reconnaissance and get to know a lot about you before they try to send out any kind of like phishing links.
Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. If like they like route out all your social media and all
Mhm.
the horrific things that you do. Yeah, I would. You want to make sure those boundaries are kept.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why places like this would be pretty nice. You can hide yourself pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about stuff like that. It is so. I don't like that they do stuff like that, but I feel like I don't know. I hate that they do stuff like that.
Cyber criminals. Low morale.
Yeah.
Or morals? Yeah, morals is a thing.
Yeah, if a company does that, if I know that they did something like that, I would question if I want to be in a company that doesn't trust me up front.
Let's see. And then my network. At some point, once you start adding more people, you'll actually get to see other people that they might know that you might know. So it'll start recommending you that contacts, people I follow, events, pages. Yes, events. So sometimes a lot of the professional organizations, like let's see, let's go with ESA. Not this one, not the cleaning industry. Information system security. Let's see, is that one it? No, it might be the other way around. No. System security associate. Yeah, there we go. It's this one. Or maybe it's the North Texas. Let's put North Texas. Yeah. Okay, so it just sent me straight to the international page. Yeah, upcoming events. So this is like very professional. All kinds of different types of events are posted on here. Another opportunity for you to, network with people. However, they would likely kind of expect more of a experienced audience. Sometimes they do specify that they don't really want students, which, I mean, it happens. Let's see, because sometimes they want to gain more ideas that have more, I guess, industry experience. Like, let's say I try to set up an event about supply chain security, then I would probably want to get a lot of industry professionals that have a lot of experience, and just want to keep it at that audience sometimes. So it happens. Let's see, let's see. Let me try to find the North Texas one. That's a good one to join, or to follow, I mean. Let's see. Is this the one? Yes, North Texas ESA. Yeah, this one. Let me drop the link here. Or, let's see. Oh, this is the link. Here, let me drop that in the Discord. Yeah. So let's go to their events. Yeah, they actually have a happy hour next Wednesday. If you're interested in like meeting them, their membership is $25. Not gonna lie, I kind of didn't know that I had to be a member, so I kind of went anyway. And then they told me like, oh yeah, you could become a member like with the $25 for students thing. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that next time. But yeah, normally very good. They have little hack the box. Yeah. So essentially, there's events on here that they're telling people, or they're telling the people that follow them that they're having. And then this person right here is actually John Potolanco. That's an ex-CSEC president there. So Long, he's the dude that actually defaced the Moby website. Not like crazy, but like put the CSEC logo on the Moby website.
Oh, seriously?
That's
He
the
hacked
guy.
into it? And
Yeah.
then oh, wow, that's so funny.
Yeah, during a meeting too, a Moby meeting.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he's super chill.
There's this guy that I need to find, Thaddeus. Yeah, Thaddeus Madison. He is a developer and evangelist. Actually, what the heck? A master software engineer? What is a master software engineer? Anyways, he would come to hackathons and try to recruit people. But he used to be, not just used to be, he is the creator of Moby, working at Capital One.
Let's see.
He still like outreaches, like still remembers us quite fondly. So let's just say I'm the current president.
Let's see. Yeah, that's essentially the setup. You could craft the job preferences to your liking. Get notifications for that. Not a whole lot of craziness going on, honestly. Fairly straightforward. Mostly got to explore to get a feel for where everything is at. Let's see, where's my LinkedIn? So yeah, this is just what I have so far.
Copy paste.
What?
Copy paste in the Discord.
Oh yeah, I should probably post mine on here too before I forget. Here you go.
It's been a very long time since I've touched this animal.
Agreed. But yeah, I guess if I go to mine or my profile photo, let's see, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
Where is it? More. There should be an option for me to choose if I.
What?
Let's see. The option to
Edit to do what?
because like there is like this little window where it shows that you're open to work or like you're hiring. I can't
I
find
think
it
you gotta
immediately.
go. Oh, actually, I don't know.
Same. Let's see, that's the banner that I have. This is just the about page that I have. I haven't updated this in a year. I'm studying for this cert. This is the stuff I do with the club. This is what I've been doing with my with one of the internships. This is what I've been doing with as a resident assistant. And then I also made posts about my accomplishments sometimes. Like I was a competitor for the for the ship CTF a while back. And then progressively like updating it every now and then. Not everybody puts a description for their role, and I mean that's fine too sometimes. See, education, licenses, organizations, here we go. Yeah, all kinds of stuff here. Let's see. Let's go to messages real quick. Oh, I guess nobody's messaging me.
Wasim is in awe of the amount of connections you have.
Was he?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of,
500.
yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I would kind of ignore that. Like it also, the more people that you connect with, the more that you could cold connect people. Because if you don't, because it kind of goes by a level of how many people know somebody that you know, kind of thing. If you're more than 3 other people, then it won't allow you to connect or like directly message them, unless you're somewhere kind of close within the internet network kind of thing. But let's see. There's Long on here.
Oh my goodness. Should I do my before
Oh,
the
yeah,
30
sure.
the 30 hits? Should
Yeah,
I do
before
my
8:30.
challenge? I'm not gonna message it because I frankly don't want to work at Fidelity
Yeah.
or any place at the moment leading anywhere. So We'll do a test drive. See what I would do, I guess. Okay, let's see how I do. Sharing my screen. Cool. Thaddeus. Awesome. Actually, I actually just sent a message to connect with them. That's funny. Alright, so who messaged me? Ah, this person? Alright, let's see what you're saying. Full-time software engineering opportunity with Fidelity Investments. Awesome. Cool, you use my name. Hi, Long. Hi, my name is Alex Cook, and I am the University Talent Agent with Fidelity. Fidelity likes us. They always come for our job fairs. They also always host information sessions, sponsorships for certain student orgs once upon a time. I think they did one with SACE once, but I don't remember.
Also, before we continue there, if you're going to reach out to recruiters, since you guys are students, you want to reach out to the university relations recruiters. Those are the recruiters specifically working to work with students.
Yeah,
you probably shouldn't reach out to the senior technical recruiters because they're looking for people more with like industry experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. My name is Alex Cook. I noticed that she started off with Alex instead of Alexandria, so there's a personal. You want to make sure that I already noticed that personal. Okay, so we're currently looking to hire in cohort of recent graduates in the STEM field for our LEAP program. LEAP is a technical talent development program for recent college graduates to pursue a career in technology, function, and fidelity. It's a full-time job, offer 18 weeks of immersive on-the-job training. I think you'd be a great fit for our full-stack engineering track. I'd love to schedule a 40-minute phone call to speak with you regarding the problem. Please provide your ability this week if you're interested in connecting.
How long ago did they send you this? February.
February.
Okay, so you're kind of like gonna try to answer Wasim's question like, oh, they reached out to me. I haven't reached out to them in months. How would you approach this?
Well, it depends on the situation. Am I teleporting back in time and like I'm at this moment, or am I answering after the fact? I'm gonna say because that they wanted to provide me like a meeting time during that week. We could go either way. What do y'all want? Do y'all want me to time travel, or do y'all want me to
Probably both.
time travel? Okay. So I'll be like, I'll pretend that it is this coming week. Okay. So hi Long. So first I need to know what they're looking for. So they have this LEAP program, technical talent development program for recent college graduates, pursue a career in the technology function at Fidelity. This full-time job offers 18 weeks of immersive on-the-job training. I'm gonna play, like, if I was playing a board game, I'd be like, I call the, are you sure card, because companies usually train you for about that long. So that's interesting. It's probably, I sense the presence of marketing, but I'm gonna ignore it. All right, so I think you'd be a great fit for a full stack engineering track. Okay, cool. So I'll first start off with, hi Alex, exclamation mark, yes, I use that. Thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you so much for reaching out. Exclamation mark. That's probably questionable, but we'll see where this goes. Okay. So let me think about the structure of my message. What do I want? I'm going to say that I'm going to be interested in this program, and I want to make sure that I'm a candidate that they're truly interested in. So let's say what I'm thinking is, I think I'm going to start off by saying I am interested in, so I don't waste their time, that they know that I'm going to start off by saying I'm interested, and then I'm going to back up why I care about their program and why they should care about me. And then the very last thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to make a very good affirmation, again, to be very grateful and to immediately schedule a time so that they know what's up. All right, so that's the structure I'm thinking of ahead of time. before I write the message. Okay. So the very first step is that I'm going to say exactly what I want. So, Leap is a technical. I am absolutely interested in joining the Leap program as a full stack engineer. I understand that Fidelity. Let's see. What does Fidelity do? Fidelity Technology. Fidelity Tech. Well, let's see what kind of technologies they're working with, though.
It's Fidelity Investment.
Fidelity Investments. Oh, this is technology. Oopsie. I thought that was their tech website. You know why? Because Walmart. Let me show you how. Yeah, they have their own technology websites. Every company has a special technology website, like Facebook. Facebook Tech. See Tech at Facebook, and you can tell they have like a whole different like research area. So that's what I'm looking at: Fidelity, finance, tech. What kind of technologies do you have? What are you interested in? Software engineering. Let's say that. Deliver. No, I'm not gonna watch that marketing video. See, labs. That's what was it. Fidelity Labs. So now I can see the technologies that the problems that they're solving. Meaningful challenges doesn't tell me anything. Test our ideas with customers. Okay, let's pretend that I did a lot of research on what they do. So I'll be like, I understand that Fidelity has what's a good word for grades?
Strong
Has a strong
training and development program.
no has a strong philosophy
Innovation philosophy.
in
Or-
the development
Oh.
of software. The y'all. So actually, should I use the word y'all?
You're a Texan, right?
I believe.
Or you're in Texas.
Yeah, I believe that solving problems with real customers, so at scale, is something truly admirable. I have had 3 to 4 years of experience scaling apps at differing contexts and scale. So I would be a great fit for this program. So that handles the 3 things that I wanted to do. First, I said I'm interested. Second, I said Fidelity, you're really good at this. And third, I'm also really good at this, and I have experience. I could show that I know for sure that I have experience in this. And then I told them that I believe that I should be here. So I am truly grateful to have this opportunity. Let's set up a call next Tuesday at 4 p.m. I don't know. Oh, actually, no. They asked for our availability.
Yeah.
So we should say I am available next week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Actually, this is a trap. I actually fell for this trap once. It depends on when you message this, but you must play, in terms of the chess, right? You must play on your battlefield, and you must have the control. So if I said next week, then they will likely schedule for Monday, which makes you which puts you in the losing position, right? So when you schedule an opportunity, you want to make sure you have time to prepare. So always say, if you need like a day or two to prepare, So I'm assuming this is a Monday or something, and I need to schedule a meeting soon. Do not say I'm free this week. They'll schedule it for tomorrow. So I'm free 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This Wednesday. 3,000, I don't know, just like whatever day forwards to Friday. I am excited to meet and hear more about our possible about this opportunity, I guess.
Yeah. I guess one thing that I would kind of do differently,
Okay.
since they're already interested in you, you probably don't have to sell yourself with the I
Yeah.
believe that solving problems with
Yeah.
real.
But like, yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
like
would-
to save them like reading time.
I was actually thinking of that too because they're already interested in me. I could have just like foregone that, but like say they didn't say that. I wanted to pretend like that wasn't the case. So I wanted to show y'all what was my thought process in terms of wordsmithing something that sounds like something they want from me. So I guess I hope that thought process kind of helped y'all. Was it helpful?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, sorry that we kind of like ran out of time, and didn't get to do like a lot of the interactive things that I was hoping we could do. We could do a little bit more of that offline, like via Discord and stuff, or like during our one-on-ones.
Y'all want to do next Friday, like virtually, just do like a resume back and forth? Next Friday, do you think that would be good?
I mean, that would be good.
Yeah, next Friday, virtually in Discord, we can do a resume back and forth. The navigation. Disinterested.
Wow, it seems.
Go away.
All right. Thanks, virtual people.
Yes.
Have a nice weekend.
I think the one thing that I did do there that I think a lot of people just